Happy Monday. How was your weekend? If you are anywhere down the low country, you're saying you just frowned at me. You said, Tim, don't give me the weekend. It was wet and rainy. Yeah, it sure was. Hi, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Tim Miller. I do hope you had a wonderful weekend. It is our Monday get together. Every morning about 10 o'clock during the weekday, we get together, talk about the weather. In the afternoon time, we'll have an update. Sometimes it's live in the afternoon. Sometimes it's just me giving you the latest information on what the latest weather is to get you through the evening. Big time rain. In fact, if you haven't had a chance, I posted a video that the Isle of Palms Police Department posted on their website about the rain that fell at the Isle of Palms over the weekend. It was a deluge. You need to check that out. Just after, let me just scroll down a little bit after we're done here together, then you can see the video. So I want to talk about something. We're going to talk about our forecast, and we'll get into what we can expect for this week, because there's going to be some changes coming this week. But I got to tell you, if you've moved here from the Midwest, you probably know what I'm talking about. And for those that don't, I'll dive into this. This happens every summer. This is going to sound really crazy. It's called corn sweat. And this is what's going on right now. These are current dew point temperatures all across the nation. I should say current. It's probably about an hour old. But to give you an idea here of what we're talking about. So our dew point this morning's in the low 70s. That's oppressive. And we're going to have the dew point in pretty much low 70s today, tomorrow. And then we'll lower the dew point. But what that basically means is, it means that it's awful outside. It's hot, it's humid. Humid and dew point are two different things, but basically they somewhat run in tandem together with this. When we're dealing with these dew points that are high in the 70s, you walk outside, you feel that it's just yucky outside. The air feels thick and just sort of wet and damp. Typical summertime for us. The higher the dew point, the more uncomfortable it feels. And very rarely do we have a dew point that's above 75 degrees. Once it's in the low 70s, it's uncomfortable. And that's when we typically get our shower and storm activity. But 75 and above is very rare for us. And also, the dew point really in the morning time is typically the highest. But in the Midwest, with all the moisture that corn is producing, so the corn is one of the crops that has the potential, obviously, to release moisture in the air, and it does so over the plain states. Because if you've ever been anywhere, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, parts of Missouri, all you see from the eye can see are just corn. My uncle Kenny, you'll hear me talk about him. He had a farm in Birdseye, Indiana, and all you could see, he had several hundred acres, and he had other vegetables and stuff, but all you could see is corn everywhere. And I'll never forget the summer of 76. I was 10 years old. Don't judge me. And it was so hot. This is what's happening now. We have dew points here already this morning. It's probably hard to see. I try to zoom it in here. You might want to, if you can, let me go look at the picture. Already in the 80s in parts of Iowa. The 80s, the dew point. The heat index yesterday in parts of Iowa down to Missouri, it felt like when you walked outside, you take the temperature, which is in the mid 90s, throw in the humidity and the dew point. Really, it's the humidity, but the dew point's also a factor in this. It felt like in some places 130 degrees. And this is not a dry heat, which 130 is still awful, but this is a wet, damp, just when you walk outside, it takes your breath away, literally. And I wouldn't be surprised if we have some health issues for our friends in the Midwest here today because of the corn that releases moisture in the air. The dew point goes up, heating of the day. I mean, it is just oppressive here. Some of the hottest temperatures in the world are located near the Persian Gulf, near Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, and also parts of India as well, where you have dew points in the 80s, and you've got these heat indexes of 120, 125. This is worse than than that. Case in point, probably hard for you to see. This is Las Vegas, Nevada. The dew point's at 45 degrees. So notice sometimes in October when that's why we have the state fair in October, how wonderful the air feels in October for us, right? That's because the temperatures could be in the 80s sometimes, but excuse me, the dew point is relatively low. So this feels fabulous. Even in places like that's Flagstaff, Phoenix, at 64-degree dew point, it's fairly up there, but that's morning time still for them. That will lower. So here's a 19-degree dew point in parts of upstate Nevada. So that's great. It's dry air. It's not as bad outside, but this is really going to be a problem for the next couple of days for our friends in the Midwest due to corn sweating and releasing a bunch of moisture. Isn't that crazy? All right, well, let me get you this. Let me just show you some what's going on here. This is the latest satellite view, if you will. Let me give you, there is our satellite view. I'll put this into motion here just a little bit. And for us, we've got relatively cloudy skies, a little bit of fog this morning. That'll give way to some sunshine. And we're going to have enough heat of our own here where a couple isolated showers or storms will pop. That front that produced all that rain down to Charleston, that's where the focus was of the rain. A lot of the rain that we forecasted really didn't come to fruition for much of the state, except again for down near Charleston, where they still have some flooding issues. Even though the flood situation is pretty much gone, leftover rain and remnants of that will certainly be an issue. Also remember, whatever falls as rain up to the north trickles down through the watershed, down through Charleston, out to sea. So you could have days where it's sunshine and still have flooding issues because of the rain that travels down towards the coast. Don't really think it's going to be an issue today because we had enough rain here. Now, with the heating of the day, an isolated shower or storm all across the state from Greenville all the way to the PD, down to Charleston wouldn't surprise me. Some of that rain could be heavy at times. I think most of us won't see a drop today, but don't be surprised if you do see an isolated shower or thunderstorm. So let's get to our forecast. We'll pick this up starting at 11 a.m. this morning. We'll go through time here. Notice by about 2 p.m., this particular model has showers and storms from the upstate through much of the Midlands. As we go through the evening time here, this is about 5 o'clock. Notice the heat of the day is gone, or they're about ending. Showers and storms will diminish, and there's 8 o'clock tonight. Any showers or storms are done. We'll carry through time here. Here's Tuesday morning. We're fine, relatively quiet. This is Tuesday about 2 p.m. Still relatively quiet. Same thing for 5 p.m. Notice not as much shower or thunderstorm activity until we get to about 8 p.m. And there's 11 p.m. Tuesday. And here's 2 a.m. Wednesday. So what's happening is we're going to have another front move through. This one, again, north to south like the last one. And this will produce some showers and storms along the front. You can see it coming through the PD here, through Myrtle Beach, towards the Grand Strand, and then that should be about it. And then once we get into the Wednesday, Thursday time frame, we'll start to lower the temperature down. All right, so that means today for the Midlands and towards the upstate, mid to upper 90s, that heat index 105 to 110, perhaps 112 down to Charleston. So this is going to be a hot, really Monday, Tuesday. And then once we get to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, temperatures will start to fall thanks to that front that once again will stall out over us and just bring in a little drier air. So our dew points that are in the mid-70s could fall to the mid-60s. You may think, oh, that's not that big of a deal. Trust me, you'll definitely feel the difference, especially in parts of the upstate. With that being said, we'll have a secondary round that'll come by the weekend with the front, and that front promises to bring at least cooler temperatures as we get into the first day of August, that crazy, which is Saturday, and a decent opportunity of rain. So that second front will stall out, and I think that as we get towards the weekend, the upstate could see temperatures, again, low 80s or around 80 degrees, overnight lows in the 60s with a decent chance of rain, and pretty much a decent chance of rain, afternoon showers and thunderstorms Saturday and Sunday for the rest of the state. So that's sort of looking ahead. But in the meantime, we're not going to be talking about corn sweat. This is going to be our own sweat. That's going to be happening today and tomorrow with these temperatures, mid-90s with a heat index, again, 105 to 110 degrees throughout the state. And then we'll get that secondary front that moves in late Tuesday into Wednesday. That'll give us a shower or a storm chance. Probably better Tuesday, Wednesday than today. I'm going to keep that rain chance today at about 20% for the state, 30 to 40% Tuesday night and Wednesday. In times to get towards the weekend, will up those rain chances, but we'll talk more about that as we get closer to it. In the meantime, go Google corn sweat and take a look at some of that stuff in the Midwest. It's pretty amazing out there. And then don't forget to check out that Isle of Palms video that we posted on our page here just last night. Pretty cool stuff. Have yourself a safe and wonderful Monday, and we'll talk to you this afternoon.